when the show was running, it was never really as popular until later. I mean, it was great, but yeah, the show's wonderful. And you can probably find it on Amazon, as I said before. Now, if you'll pardon me, I'm just trying to find somebody who I promised I would forward this show to. So I'm just looking at this right now. But anyway, as Adam West continued, he was in and out of the spotlight. He had various different... He was on the Love Boat, believe it or not. He was on the Love Boat as one of their guests who... I guess you could say, felt the magic of the Love Boat. And I think he was on Fantasy Island, too. He was on all of these really interesting shows. And, he made the scene as a guest star. I believe he was, if anybody can remember the name of the cop show he was on, that'll be great information for me in the chat. If you remember what he was on, let's see here. There was okay, we're looking in the chat here. Farrah Fawcett, crush on Michelle Pfeiffer. Catwoman was hot. Yes, she was. And Samantha. The best Catwoman, though, I have to say, was Anne Hathaway. I'm a big fan of the Dark Knight trilogy. Huge fan. And I gotta say, she was the best. But this is about Adam West. This isn't about Batman and Batman culture as a whole. This is about Mr. Adam West. So, as I said, in the 80s, he was part of a cop show. I remember that. I wish that I had the name of the cop show he was on. If anybody wants to help me in the chat room, I wish that they would do that. So, okay, I've done my good deed for the day. I've shared the podcast with someone I promised to share it with. So, this is going to sound funny when it goes on the actual podcast when I clip it up. So, the next portion of Adam West's career where he was very well known was where he was on Family Guy. Family Guy, that's right. And the great thing about Adam West, as I said, there's all of this fucking ego in Hollywood about being typecast and being thought of as a fool and whatnot. Tom Cruise, for instance, earned a lot of my respect and earned a lot of my admiration, despite his weird behavior when he played in Tropic Thunder. Remember, he played the I think it was the Jewish manager of the actors, and he was barely recognizable. You couldn't really see who he was, but he was just awesome. He just was so funny. I mean, absolutely just falling over dead funny. And the funny thing about that is that you don't expect it from Tom Cruise. You expect Tom Cruise to be one of those guys who is going to, who's going to be one of these guys who takes himself too seriously. But Tom Cruise took that role, and I earned a lot of respect for Tom Cruise. Or Tom Cruise earned a lot of respect from me for that, because he was able to laugh at himself. Adam West knew what he was. Adam West knew who he was. He knew what type of actor he was. He wasn't going to be the most serious actor. He wasn't going to be the leading man in the Charlton Heston mold. They tried that. It didn't work, unfortunately. So he became a camp actor, and he embraced that with a series of B-movie roles in the 70s and 80s, and some in the 90s. Had a lot of work at comic book conventions, of course. And, of course, his role as Mayor Adam West on Family Guy, which he explains and describes as a complete exaggeration of his own personality. But he just does it so well. And just for being able to understand the spirit of Seth MacFarlane's humor and not taking himself too seriously, Adam West really gained my respect by taking that role. I love anybody who can act, act themselves, you know what I mean? And laugh at themselves. I've laughed at myself a lot. And I just absolutely fucked my computer. Okay, there we go. I got it clear. You have to laugh at yourself, and you have to know what you're good at, and you also have to know what you're shitty at. You also have to know what your limits are, and you have to know where you are as far as acting or whatever you do. You have to know what your limits are. You have to know what you're good at, and Adam West knew that all too well, as referenced in his role of Mayor Adam West here on the Random Internet Radio Show.
Excuse me, Mayor West?
How do you know my language?
Listen to me. My entire future is in your hands.
Are you Sarah Connor?
No, I'm Meg Griffin. See, I need to interview you and...
You're with the press?
Yes?
Well, you can't interview a dead man, can you?
Okay, so we have the press to blame for this shit? So we have the press to blame for this. The press to blame for Adam West's death. Thank you, press. First, you fuck over the election, you fuck over people with your silly nonsense, and now you've killed Adam West. Fuck you, media.
You?
For an hour, and I don't have anything I can use for my article. Can you just please...
My God! Somebody's stealing my water.
It just went down the drain.
They're crafty, I tell you. It happens when you least expect it. Show yourself, damn you! I've been investigating him for months. It's cost $150,000 of the taxpayers' money, but I'll find the culprits if it costs me $1 million.
I love that scene because he watches the water go down the drain, but he's also pouring it into a plant, and he's screaming at the plant, "Damn you!" I mean, this guy knew who he is, knows who he is, knows how he's thought of, and he does it well. God bless Adam West.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to join these two in holy matrimony. If anyone objects to this union, speak now, or forever hold your peace.
Quiet down, you had your chance.
Okay, to frame that clip a little bit, that is Adam West marrying a hand sock puppet. Marrying a sock puppet, and not the type that Apocalypse tends to create. Apocalypse is a member of the Spreaker community. We'll be talking about Spreaker drama a little bit later in the show. But, yes, that basically he's getting married to a hand puppet, and he's telling his other hand, "Quiet, you had your chance."
That's it. We have to fight fire with fire. If nuclear refuse gave them superpowers, it could do the same for me. Citizens, I'm off to the toxic waste dump.
Okay, so he pulls up, he climbs a fence, and he rolls in toxic waste to try and become a superhero.
Mayor West, you have lymphoma.
Oh, my.
Probably from rolling around in that toxic waste.
I see.
What in God's name were you trying to prove?
I was trying to gain superpowers.
Well, that's just silly.
Silly, yes. Idiotic, yes.
And that pause is the brilliance of the writing of Seth MacFarlane and the artistry of what Adam West did in his career.
Damn it, Swanson, I want them found.
Mayor West, we have every available man looking for the Griffins. We just don't have any leads.
Not the Griffins, you moron. The rest of my light, bright pieces. My name isn't Adam Wee. Or is it? Who am I? What number did you dial? Don't ever call here again. I guess I told him, nobody messes with Adam Wee.
With the weight and the weight of his delivery is what I love about Adam West. He is so fucking concerned about his light bright set that's sitting on his desk as mayor of Quahog. It causes him to completely lose his mind and completely question the reality of his life. Wonderful stuff.
Lois, I smell whipped cream. Are you making strawberry shortcake? Ah! Ah! Ah!
Okay, to preface that, Lois and Peter are having sex under a couch or something, from what I remember from the clip, and Adam West has his window open in his mayor's office, and he hears Stewie going crazy.
So it's a shouting match you want, eh? Well, game on, Quahog. I'm beating you! We gather today to remember those brave Quahog men who were lost at sea. The Bible declares an eye for an eye. So let us now take our vengeance on this murderous ocean. You won't be hurting anyone anymore.
He just stabs the ocean with a knife. There's a little puddle of sea foam like coming up on the shore, and he's stabbing it with a knife. He told the ocean what to do. That was Adam West.
But what I need now is a diversion. Let's see. Jingle keys. My God.
And then he gets hit. Okay, so he has a list of all these diversions: suicide, chemical attack, everything else. And on the bottom, he decides to choose to jingle the keys at a mad crowd in Quahog. And he opens up the window to his office, jingles his keys, and he gets hit with a brick in the face. This next line is classic.
I'm a tomato.
Nice going, Joe.
Well, it's great being back in the North, where people are civilized.
Hey, what are you guys, all on a date? Gay!
He's right. Oh, man. Oh. I had a cough for about 3 weeks. Damn. He's riding a bike, and he's riding over a bridge, and Joe and the boys are there on the shore, and he says, "What are you guys on a date? Gay." It didn't matter what the line was. When Adam West delivered it, it was awesome.
Mayor West, what are you doing here?
I'm being a rascal and ringing people's doorbells and running away.
Then what are you still doing here?
It's my first house. I'm not very good at this.
So I'll be a captain, and Mayor West, you can be a captain.
All right, I pick you.
You can't pick me. I'm a captain.
No one had ever stood up to me like that before. I respected him from there on out.
That's a great story, Grandpa.
I didn't like it.
None of my grandchildren had ever disliked one of my stories before. From then on, he was my favorite.
Well, I don't like that story, Great-Grandpa.
Future old people are wizards.
He hits the... Okay, so Adam West has these grandchildren sitting around. One of the grandchildren says he doesn't like the story. And then Adam West, with a longer beard and bald, is talking to a group of kids and says that, and the guy goes, "Well, I didn't like that story at all." And then he shoots him with force lightning, a node to the Star Wars universe, of course. And, that was... Old people are wizards. Well, I hope you've enjoyed a little memorial of sorts for Adam West. Today died at the age of 88. This year and last year were terrible for celebrity deaths. Like, it just seemed like all the most awesome celebrities have gone to meet their maker. And God forbid we lose William Shatner this year, because Shatner is probably the last of the great old masters still around. Shatner is one of the great old masters of camp. One of the most funny guys, a guy who doesn't take himself too seriously, and is just great. So hopefully we don't lose him this year. Hopefully we have plenty more years with the original